All right, there we are. Hi, everyone. This is Sonali Dev, and you're watching my Bedtime Chats. And our guest tonight is the wonderful Farrah Rochon, who is, I think, one of the sweetest human beings I have met in this business, and one of the best writers. And she has, I think, the buzziest book of this summer coming out, The Boyfriend Project. And I am so excited for her to share the book with all of you. Welcome, Farrah. How are you?
Hello, Sonali. I'm hoping you all can hear me.
Yeah. We have, can you
okay.
Yeah, I think you're
good. Okay. Hello. Hi, everyone.
So, Farrah, you want to start out with telling us about the book? She's beautiful.
Yes, this is the, I don't have copies of the actual book yet. This is the book of the month copy. It's the only one that I have. But yes, that is The Boyfriend Project. It is, do you want me to give you just a little taste of it? Well, it is about 3 women who, this isn't a spoiler or anything, it happens in the very beginning. They discover that they are all dating the same guy, and they discover this by a live tweet. Anyone who knows me knows I love Twitter. Even though it's a hellscape most times, I still love it. And the women, one of the women is on she's on a date, and she's live tweeting this date from hell. And the other 2, they realize that, hey, I'm dating this guy too, and they confront him. And instead of, fighting with each other, they all band together and they come up with this boyfriend project to help themselves, get better. They want to work on different projects that they have going on. So they make this pact to not date anymore for 6 months and just work on themselves. But of course, a hot guy comes in the picture, and there goes the boyfriend project. Yeah. So that's the gist of it.
So that's lovely. So it's it's a friendship story. It's women supporting women, and what a way to meet. I mean, hello. It's but that I think that says so much about women in general, right? I'm going to So we have a lot of fangirling going on in the comments. Crystal says she loves us both so much, and our books are freaking amazing. Thank you, Crystal. And I cannot see the name of this person, but I loved the Boyfriend Project. Yes, you are not alone. It's just lovely. And Priscilla is here. So hi, Pris. So everyone is loving on the Boyfriend Project. And so tell us about Book of the Month, because that is a gorgeous copy. So they're always hardcover. Is that what?
Yes.
Oh, that's wow.
Gorgeous hardcovers. I'm going to try to get it to where you can actually see it. But yeah, it's a hardcover. Has my picture.
That's amazing. The bifold. Wow. So how does that feel? How does it feel? That's say that. Yeah.
Oh, see how pretty. Without the dust jacket, it is. It's a gorgeous copy.
I love
it. Yeah, the Book of the Month has been really great.
I love it. So how did that feel? Tell us the story of how you found out and how that felt.
Well, my editor and the PR, the head of PR for Forever Romance, they actually called on a group call. And of course, I thought I was being taken to the principal's office or something. I'm like, oh gosh, what did I do wrong? Did I say something on Twitter that I shouldn't have said? Or, I didn't know what I'd done wrong. And they told me, this great news. And I think I cursed a bit, kind of like, holy can't a couple of times to just scream because it's a huge deal. They only pick 5 books a month, so yeah.
Yes, it's huge, and it's your first kind of rom-com in this space, right?
Yes, it'll
And
be my first trade paperback when it comes out, the trade paperback. It's my first time doing trade and, rom-com. So yeah, it's really exciting. And I also learned that Book of the Month doesn't really pick romances all that much.
Yeah.
For their picks. So a lot of the readers were excited to see it as one of the picks. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of that in the comments where people are so excited that it was picked. And I mean, talk about hitting it out of the park that first time around, right?
Yeah.
You're like, you're welcome.
Yeah,
it's amazing. And I'm going to tell everybody, tell the listeners that that Farrah actually needs to be somewhere else. So we will try and cut this off at the half-hour mark. That's 9:00 Central. So if you have questions, you need to type, hustle and type them in a hurry. And, so I can pick them up as we go along and she can answer. But also, tell me how this mess has been. How has the isolation and how has the pandemic been for you?
Well, I learned that it really doesn't matter that much to me because I've been basically doing what I normally do. Apparently, self-isolation is my normal life. That's pretty much what I've learned. It's been difficult because I only see my family, my parents. I just had a birthday this week on Monday, and it was kind of strange to spend it just by myself because I only see my parents when I go and I do their grocery shopping for them, and I drop their things off. But I try not to spend too much time because they're both,
older
in their 70s, and I don't want them getting sick. So yeah, it's been, a little weird, but thank goodness for things like this where we can actually see people and talk, to people.
And so first, I'm sorry I dropped the ball on this. Happy birthday. I had a glass of wine again here, and I'm in my husband's office, and he came down and he took it. So I need him to bring it back down. But happy birthday. And yeah, that would be, that's a hard one. But it's really funny because everywhere else, everybody's like, oh my gosh, we're locked up and, this is all so awful and I'm lonely and can we do Zooms? And you talk to authors, like every single time I've talked to someone, they're all like, this is our life, normally.
Pretty much. I was actually jealous.
Yeah, because
when everyone was talking about the stuff that they were. Oh, I'm sorry. I was jealous of everyone who, they were watching Netflix and, they're like, oh, I'm home all day. And I'm like, I want to watch Netflix. I couldn't because I was working on a book. So I was extremely jealous of so many people who found themselves at home all day with, nothing to do but watch Netflix and telework for a little while. But I think we're all trying to, we realize this is going to go on for a while. So we're learning to, just navigate it. So
yeah, to do what it takes. And this is a terrible thing to say, but I'm hearing this from all the authors is I think we like our own company, right? I mean, and that's for most people, that's a journey. And we're like, oh no, this is great. Leave us alone. And it's so it's been it's been great for me too. I will say that I'm having a hard time writing, but I still don't feel like there's a whole lot of time. Like I do a lot of staring at my computer and trying to write, and I have done some binging. I will say that I'm kind of getting over it a little bit. I'm not, it's not and I'm seeing that with a lot of people. I think with reading and books also, for a while nobody wanted to read and everyone just wanted the mindlessness of, of processing television. Not that television is, it's some really great stuff out there, but I'm seeing that now people are starting to kind of tire of that a little bit and turning to books a little bit more. All right, we have a question. We have a few questions for you, and everyone's wishing you a happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
So thank you. Can you tell us anything about what we can expect from Taylor and London's books?
Well, I actually just finished Taylor's book. And we have a title, but I'm not sure yet if I can share it. But I think I can tell people that she is, well, they know she's a fitness instructor, or she's trying to get her little Instagram, fitness thing going. And she meets a client who happens to be an ex-football player who is trying to get back into the NFL. And he hires her to be his fitness consultant. And she thinks that, this is perfect. He's going to shout my name from everywhere and I'm going to get famous. The only problem is that he doesn't want people to know that he is trying to make a play to get back into the NFL. So he does not want anyone to know that they are working together. So that's kind of where they clash. But that's a little taste of Taylor's book, which, okay, if I whisper the title, everyone just promise not to say it, just in case it changes. But it's called The Dating Playbook.
Love it. I love it. And I love the boyfriend project dating playbook. It has, I don't think they'll change it. I hope they don't. It's nice.
I think they're going to keep it, but
yeah,
if my editor finds out that anyone else knows, I'll know that it's you all that told. So
yes, so everybody and I think we're going to get more views on this after this, Farrah. So good luck with that. But anyone who watches this video, that's off limits. It's cone of silence, okay? So Pris says all these people baking and cleaning closets, and most of us authors are working on writing. Some of us authors, Pris. Yeah, and everyone seems to have learned how well they do with being a hermit. All right. Before we do anything else, because I know we're short of time, I have been playing a couple games with people on Bedtime Chats. And, Recipe for Persuasion came out on Tuesday, and it's set on a Food Network show called Cooking with the Stars. And that's so I figured we'll play a Chopped style game, because every night for the past 5 years I've gone to bed watching Chopped. So I'm a little obsessed with it. But what I'm going to do is give you four ingredients from my pantry/fridge and see what you can pick up. All right.
Oh, okay.
So I know you're a baker. Are you also? No, you're a cook. You are.
I am a cook. I love to cook.
Yes, I know. Your Instagram and Twitter posts are always making me hungry. So this is going to be. So I can make this hard for you. All right. So this is what we have. We have watermelon.
Okay.
Trout, the fish. Trout. Okay. Peanut butter. And green peas.
Ooh. Okay, the peanut butter kind of threw me, but I could do that. Okay, first thing I would do is cook the green peas down. So put that on the side for right now, because I'm going to puree them and do that little swish across the bottom of the plate. Of course you are. I actually, believe it or not, I actually have a redfish recipe that calls for watermelon. So yeah, so I'm definitely cooking the watermelon. I know it's watermelon, and with Chopped I can use some other things. So I'll use the onion and tricolor bell peppers, because that's what I'm doing with the red fish as well.
You're so fancy.
I know. That was perfect. I still have to figure out what to do with that peanut butter. I guess it'll be a sauce. But so I would cook down the watermelon with the tricolor peppers and put that over the trout and bake it. And then I'm going to make a peanut sauce with, I'll get some, maybe some peanut butter, some soy, a little brown sugar, cook that down, and I'll use that as a spread. So I'll do the mashed peas, the trout.
Love it. Okay.
I know. I'm going to have to try it.
I love it. So you're actually going to make this, right? And send me pictures so we can.
I might have to. I have another one who loves chopped.
Yeah.
And I love the swish. As you see, it's all about that swish. I practiced it. I can't get it right. But I totally, that would be my meal. Yeah.
That's amazing. That is, I have to say that you are the 4th author to play this, and you are by far the fanciest. You got this. Everybody else was like, Kwana was the funniest. Kwana was like, I'll throw this out and I'll throw that out. I was like, okay.
No.
So you were the fanciest, I will say. So
you can tell by my Instagram that I play Food Network when I'm cooking at home. That's my thing.
Yeah, but I have seen pictures of you cooking, and those are pretty darn cool. So there's that. Do you have a nighttime routine?
My new nighttime routine has turned into having a glass of red wine with some dark chocolate. That's
my kind of. You know what? We're the same person. That's my nighttime routine.
This is actually new. My niece sent me this. She sent me a bottle of red wine and a huge bag of Ghirardelli dark chocolates when I was deep into my deadline. And she's like, this is just something to help. And it helped. It wrote that book. The last part of my book, I don't think I would have gotten through it without that red wine. So it's become a nightly thing. I've already had it. So I probably should have saved it.
So that's what we're doing. So what is your favorite red? Because I'm a red wine person. Like I think white wine is basically, spoiled Sprite. I have so much trouble for saying that.
So my favorite red is, I actually don't even remember the name of it. But they sell it at Trader Joe's and it's like $7 a bottle and I love it. It's like, try something. I could go and get it.
Not Ménage à Trois, right?
No, not that one.
And not Apothic red either. Sometimes
I actually just had that one for the first time. Again, my niece was the one who suggested it, and I actually liked it.
Yeah. I think the two, not inexpensive wines that I think are, I sound terrible, that are drinkable. I didn't say that, everybody. No. So our Apothic and I think Ménage à Trois are the two that I think are good. I recently had an asthma attack from drinking Apothic, so I've gotten a little scared. It used to be just one, and now there's so many of them that I think the levels of tannins and stuff are kind of different, and so I'm a little scared now of it. But so it's really funny how I ask people about their nighttime routine, and and it's there's a few who are like who automatically go straight to your moisturizing and cleansing and scrubbing and yesterday I had Jamie on, and Jamie was like, I read and I do, and you're like, I drink wine. So I'm like, you're my kind of people.
Yeah, I don't have, as you can see, I put on makeup maybe once every 10 years, so I don't have the whole, maybe now that
they're just so gorgeous, they don't need makeup.
Now that I'm like, 43 now, maybe I need to get one of those things. Maybe it'll start going, but for now, no.
Yeah, mine just did. It was like overnight, and I'll see, with release having happened last year, all of those pictures from even just last year, because mine are once a year, and so my Facebook memories have been, I'm like, wow, what happened to my face? And so I think it happens overnight, but it's genes. If it's gonna go, it's going to go. I have started using more moisturizer than I ever did, but I digress. Okay, here's the other one. Okay, tell me, how has it been to kind of do all of this in this virtual world, the release stuff?
It would be nice if I had like a better backdrop. Unfortunately, that's the only big thing for me. It's like maybe I need to bring my big computer to a better part of the house. But for the most part, I guess in a way it's good because more people can actually attend events if they want to. But it's also kind of sad because this was going to be my first time going on a book tour. My publisher had 8 different cities lined up that was going to start with Book Expo. I know, it was like, it's one of those feathers in your author hat that, you get a publisher sponsored book tour. Awesome. And then just done. So it all has to be done from my glamorous office / workout room.
Yeah, I mean, I did mine. I did my first publisher sponsored one late last year. Although the book came out in May, we ended up doing it in September because they did it with a couple authors. So it was not an individual one, which was still something. But and it was a lot of fun. I will say that you feel very fancy, and you feel you feel loved. But it will happen, right? I mean, they'll have you do it as soon as things open up. I hope, right?
I hope, but I don't know. It's not looking good for the summer. So I don't know. Hopefully the Boyfriend Project does well enough to where I can do it next year with Taylor's book. So
yeah, no, I'm sure.
For now, yeah.
I think it's already done well enough, right? So that's
still 2 more weeks before it comes out, but it's getting great reviews, and I'm so excited. So
yeah, it's been everywhere, and even more important than that, I think that the reactions. And I was telling Farrah earlier that I've been on a lot of these, where there've been other authors, and every single time that authors are asked, every single time that authors are asked for recommendations or something that they've read that was really fabulous, Boyfriend Project always gets mentioned. So that's amazing. Do you have anything you've read recently? Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing, right? And that's the biggest thing, that you get that people love it. I mean, sometimes your books can. I think some of my most buzzed books have been, probably my buzz doesn't match how much it touches readers. So those two things to happen together is amazing.
Yeah, there was something about this book, even when I came up with the idea, because it's a romance, but it's also, I think the friendship between the 3 women is just as important to the story as the romance. It kind of takes, I kind of call it romantic women's fiction because it's central to the story. It's so much about those 3 women, just, the sisterhood that they develop almost instantly. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I love
special.
That so much, my jam, and add to that humor and lightness. It's so perfect for this world. It's amazing. So is there anything you've read recently that you would like to share?
Oh gosh, yeah. Well, right now I'm actually reading a book that doesn't come out until August.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
It's Pintip Dunn's new book called Picture Makes Perfect, I think it is. Yes. Dating Makes Perfect. That's what it is. Dating Makes Perfect. But it's a YA. And it's so adorable. Oh my gosh. It's kind of it's the characters are all Thai. So it's Thai American characters, and there's kind of like this little love triangle, and I love both of the guys, and it's just, It's a YA, but I love it so much.
That's great.
But
I
other
love
books
vintage writing, and that is again
yes,
I think one of the most gorgeous covers I've seen recently. I think
yes,
between hers and Alexis Darius, those are two covers that have just, hit it.
amazing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's like,
Like artwork.
yeah,
It's artwork.
yeah.
And I actually have Alexis' book on my Kindle waiting to read that one after I finish this. So I have a ton of great books.
Yeah.
But others that I've enjoyed, Priscilla's right there. Her Island Affair is so good. It's like go to Key West. Since you can't really, vacation right now, read Pris's book.
And Lewis. I mean, read Chris's book just for Lewis. I love him.
Yes. Oh gosh, it's so good.
He's so good.
And Kwana's book, Real Men Knit, is so good. It just came out last week.
Yeah, she was on here 2 days ago, and yeah, that's another one that is just it's just magic. Like the concept and the setting, all of it. It was just magic. So, all right, everybody's loving on your on Chef Farrah here. So I'm trying to see if there's. Can you see the comments, or is it just me?
Let's see. Oh, look, live comments. I could have all this.
Yeah, because I don't want to miss somebody's questions, but last one again related to to my book, which is set on a TV show, and so I was so somebody asked me, and I thought that it was a really good question. I think generally is if there was a reality show on your life, what would it be called? What would it be titled?
My life?
The Farrah Rochon show would be called what?
That would be the most boring thing ever. Well, hopefully in times when it's not coronavirus keeping us all at home, it would definitely be something about traveling. So probably Farrah Sees the World or something, because again, anyone who knows me knows that I love to travel and I'm missing it so much. So definitely, yeah, Farrah Sees the World. And I'm looking, look, there's another question I'm seeing. Maybe we can go 5 minutes or so over, because I'm seeing other questions.
Is that a telescope?
No, that's actually exercise bike and an elliptical. But I absolutely am a stargazer. I have several apps on my phone. That's another thing. You'll see me posting pictures of the moon or the planets up there. I do have a telescope. It's just not in this room.
That's amazing. I do want to. One of the things I did want to talk to you was about the travel thing, because I think that's something we share in common very much. And I know that you went to India a year ago, 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago?
India was last August.
Was it last August? Was that? Oh, it was just last August. So what was your next trip? Like, where's the first place you'll go when all of this is, when you can?
So internationally, I had Brazil, but I'm not sure I'm going to Brazil. I actually am going. I'm not going to go to Brazil yet. Let's say maybe Paris, because I was supposed to bring my niece to Paris for her 12th birthday. Mm-hmm. That was on April 30th. And she found out that it was going to be a surprise. We actually were not going to tell her until we got to the airport. But of course we had to cancel it. And my brother made the mistake of telling her. So she was crushed, and she hates the coronavirus even more now. Oh, no. So I would love to be able to bring her to Paris, maybe for her 13th birthday. So that's maybe.
Can I tell you something?
But of course, I'm in Disney World, because I'm a big Disney person, and it's opening, and I already had a trip planned for July 9th. And so first place I'm going is Disney World.
Disney World.
Yes.
Yeah, and can I tell you something? Guess who spent her 13th birthday in Paris? That was my 13th birthday, was Paris. And I remember every moment of it. Every moment of it. So yes, I hope that works out for your niece. Probably will be a better idea than 12th. 13th will probably be a better idea than 12th.
Yeah.
So I blame much of who I am, like this whole romantic, hopeless romantic thing is because, I started my teens in Paris. So that's a great idea. And Brazil too. This book's hero is from Rio. And I think that's because after I went to Rio de Janeiro, I was kind of, I had to set, it's like such a state of mind place. I had to set, I knew I was going to write a protagonist someday that was from there. I didn't know who he was or she was, but it was going to happen. So has that ever happened to you? Like a place, has it inspired a story?
Oh, absolutely. I have 2 books set in Italy. It's my favorite place on the planet. So I've written books set in Italy. I've written somewhere else. My goodness, I'm blanking on it. But I've gotten, I've been able to put my travels in several of my books. But Italy is my favorite place. I'm looking at all the questions, and it's like,
any tropes you'd like to explore in future books is what someone's asking.
I think I've written almost every trope. But I always love the enemies to lovers, tropes is one of my favorites. So I could write that over and over again. I don't know if I've ever done like the little sister of the, where the hero is the best friend and the heroine is the little sister or something. I'd have to look back at my books to see if I have. But
what book number is this? How many do you have?
I think it's number 36. I would have to go and count, but I think it's 36 or 37. But yeah, I've got a few stories back there. So yeah.
I love it. I love it. And I do not want to keep you too long. The other thing everyone seems to know about you is the love of Broadway. So there's people who are, coming up with names for your reality show.
I think, yes. They know me so well.
Yeah, and so I love you both, but they're about to reveal the name of my NHL team. So she's going, go on, we're going to go too. So Crystal, thanks for being here. So yeah, so someone wants you to call it on, wants to be called On Broadway or Backstage.
that would work too, definitely. That's something else I'm missing a lot. Oh, I haven't seen a Broadway live theater in months. That's...
Yeah, it could be Broadway around the world, or something like that. Yeah.
I will travel to Broadway show for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I'm going to keep my promise and keep it short. Are there any last words for everyone? Any last words, and also anything more about the book that other than please pick it up?
Oh, yes. Well, actually, I have this fabulous partnership with a local bookstore here in New Orleans, a local indie. And if anyone was considering buying a paperback copy of the book, they're actually offering, it's Garden District Bookshop in New Orleans. Like I said, it's a local indie store. I'm all about supporting indie stores at this time. Well, all the time, really, but definitely now. They need the money more than Amazon does. But they are getting, it's a signed copy of the book. It's probably the only place you'll get a signed copy because I'm not going anywhere else to sign copies. You also get a ticket to the launch event that is going to have myself and Abby Jimenez, who's the author of The Friend Zone and the Happy Ever After Playbook. She's going to interview me, and you get a free copy of the audiobook. All of that.
Wow.
And I think they're actually going to take some of the swag that I had. I had swag ready for
your
my book
tour.
signing.
Yeah.
Yes, I talked to them yesterday, and they said, sure, we'll throw it in. So you would get all of that in there. Just pre-order it from Garden District Books. So, like I said, if anyone wants an autographed copy of it, you get a free audiobook, the ticket to the event, and I went out for a minute. But you can get the link for it is in the pinned tweet on my Twitter. It's also on my website, so.
And
yes,
what I will do is I'll put it in the comments of this post too. So you can get it off of the
I'm
comments.
sorry, what was that?
I'll also put it in the comments of this post, and so they'll have it. I'll get the link from you.
Yeah, farrahrochon.com, my website. Yes. Sorry.
All right. Okay. I will. I don't think Farrah can hear me, but I'm going to put it in the comments for this post also. So that'll.
Gotcha.
All right. Thank you so much, Farrah. This was so fun. All the very best for the book. I cannot wait to read it. And I love you. Thank you for being here. Bye.
Thank you all. Take care. This was so much fun. See you guys. Thanks.
All right.